Hi, I'm DeDe, and for this 30-minute seated session, we'll perform exercises which challenge our balance and our flexibility, sometimes simultaneously. Here's what you'll need: a sturdy armless chair, some athletic shoes, and some water for hydration. Put the water off to the side. You need plenty of space around your chair. You need to do the moves at your own pace. That means resting when you need to or skipping something if it doesn't feel right for you. All right, let's have a seat. Sitting away from the back of the chair, so we have to use our own postural muscles to hold us up. Ears, shoulders, and hips all in one straight line. Legs, knees, and feet all in one straight line. Now we'll bring the hands here and we'll circle the fingertips around. So keep breathing throughout the session. If you find yourself holding your breath, just go back to breathing. Now we go side to side. Four more now. 4, 3. Now we'll take the feet out to shoulder width and we'll rock the torso forward and lean the torso back. Rock forward, lean back. Now just to be sure, your back is still straight and neutral. This is neutral. We want to stay with that shape. We want to strengthen in neutral. That way when we're in neutral, when we're sitting up tall, we'll feel strong. So now that we're changing the direction and the position of our torso, we are already challenging our balance. Now let's go a little further forward and then only halfway up. Inhale on the way up and exhale. Your back is still neutral, right? Think about keeping your abdomen long, and that way you know that your back is long. One more. All right, come up, feet are still shoulder width. Let's go right side, and up, and left side, and up. Now keep your ears equidistant to your shoulders. We want to keep our spine as straight as possible so you're not side bending, right? Make sure you're not side bending. And reaching out through the crown of your head. One hip is heavier than the other. Now let's hold on to the chair and we'll go a little faster. Side to side. So you may have some fatigue that's starting to build because we're holding our back so straight and neutral. Let's come to the center now. Inhale, hands on your legs. Exhale, come forward. Now you can rest your forearms. We're going to stay here. Reach the crown of the head away from the tailbone as far as you can. So just giving our back a little bit of rest. Now we'll come up. Keep the feet a little bit wide. Take your arms down. One arm back, the other arm back. Keep breathing. Now, instead of going forward and back, let's go side to side. Torso is turning. One arm faces back, one arm faces forward, or as close as you can get to that. Can you feel your torso muscles working? Boy, I sure can. How about your shoulders? Do you feel those working? Now come center. Inhale, both arms back. Exhale, both arms forward. Now lift your chest a little bit here, and then just let it come back to where it was. Lift it back to where it was. Four more. Two more. Now the feet go even wider apart. Now we'll take the arms out. Inhale, lean to the right, exhale over. Inhale, center, exhale over. So now we are doing a side bend. One side of our waist gets short while the other side gets long. Elbow bent, or if you can, elbow straighter. Make sure it doesn't feel painful when you straighten your arm out. Now how about both arms? Inhale, not too straight, exhale. So now our waist is working harder. Just the torso makes it work hard enough, but when we add the arms, that makes it even harder. Make sure your feet are stabilizing you. Two more. Now inhale, right hand down, exhale over here. Hold here, keep breathing. Now if it doesn't bother your shoulder, can you go a little straighter with your arm? Now what about this? Can you make this hand lighter on your leg? Maybe it's not on your leg at all. That should feel pretty challenging. Come back to center, shoulders down. Inhale, exhale over, stay here. Breathing in and out. Maybe longer with your top arm, see how it feels. Now what about making this hand lighter or taking it completely off of your leg? Now come back to center. Keep your legs solid and strong. Inhale, let's twist. Exhale, stay here. Lift up into the crown of your head a little taller. On your exhales, try to twist back a little bit further. Don't forget to relax your shoulders while you're here. Now let's come back to center. Inhale, exhale over here, stay here. Finding your breath, finding a little deeper twist if you can. That feels so nice. Come back to center now. Inhale, hands on your wider legs. Exhale, come down and twist this way. And then inhale, center, and twist this way. Do it again. Three more. One more. All right, we hold the chair. Bring your toes in, heels in, toes in, and then we go out. Toes, heels, toes, heels, heels, toes. So try to go as far out with your rotations as you can. So really turn in, really turn out. And in. And out. Do you need to hold on? Can you do something else with your hands? How about this? In, out, in, start again, out. So match your fingers with your toes. So if your toes are turning in, your fingers are turning in. Rotate and swivel from your shoulder joints, as well as from your ankles and your hips. Now we're all the way out wide. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward. Make sure your feet are supporting you. You don't have to go as wide as I am. You can go more narrow than this if it's better for you. All right, now we're going to imagine that we want to pick something up. So we inhale, right hand, exhale, pick it up. Now inhale, switch, exhale, pick it up. So whatever it is, it's right in front of us. So we're supporting with one hand on the leg and we're picking up with the other hand. Now go to your opposite foot. So inhale, opposite foot, exhale. Inhale, center, opposite foot, exhale. You know, it helps if you exhale as you're bending. So we exhale. Believe it or not, our full lungs take up a bit of space in our torso. And if you exhale when you bend, that gives you more space to bend. We're bending from our hip joints, right? But we're still compressing things through our torso. If you can't reach all the way down to the floor, that's okay. Just reach as far as you can. This is one way to become a little more flexible, a little more limber. We're also challenging our balance here. All right, now we come to the center. Bring your feet in. Right back where we started. Inhale, one hand on your leg. Exhale, reach toward the floor. Inhale, on this side, reach toward the floor. So we have our feet together. So we don't want to go too far over because we can slip off the chair. We don't want that. Exhale. Now what about this? Reach this hand and this leg. Inhale, switch, slide out, reach. In, slide out, reach. So you do find that having this counterbalance of the foot allows you to lean over with more security, the ability to reach a little further. Do you notice that? Because our counterbalance with our leg is helping us to not feel so much like we're going to fall out of the chair. We have one more. Now come up to the center. Feet are hip joint distance apart. Let's lean forward. Hold. Shoulders are away from the ears, right? Okay, let's come back up. Now we're leaning to this side. We're taking this leg out. We're going to hold here. Feel okay doing that? How about if we hold on with this left hand and we reach the right hand down? Now we come up. Knee can bend a little bit. exhale. Inhale, leg straightens as you lean away from it. Holding onto the chair. Now let's switch sides. So we inhale, this leg comes out, exhale, holding on with your right hand. Knee bends a little bit and then it straightens. So remember, if I'm suggesting that you do something that you're not comfortable with, you don't do it. You do something that's more comfortable for you, that's similar. Two more. Last one. All right, and then we come up to the center. Now slide your feet a little bit further forward, but you still have your feet flat down. We're holding on close to the front corners of the chair seat. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, lean back. Keep going with that. I just want to show you that the back is still straight. Lean forward, just up to tall, just here. And then when you lean back, you go back as far as you can without rounding. Make sure your feet stay on the floor, by the way. Now, how about if we hold on with only one hand and this hand slides? If you feel okay with that, try both hands. Inhale, exhale. Keep your chin the same distance from your chest this whole time. Now, if this feels okay for you, you should feel your abdominal muscles working, your hip flexors working. And you can try one hand across your chest. That makes it harder. Maybe both hands across your chest. That's more weight for your core muscles to have to work. The weight of your arms now, you're having to move that with your core muscles. How far back are you going? Is it the right amount for you? Keep it right for you. Now let's go back. Not quite as far. Not quite as far. Stay here. Breathe. Twist. Twist. Feet are down. Is it becoming too intense? Remember, one or both hands can be back down here. Is that better for you? Two more. All right, slide your feet in. Hip joint distance apart here. Lean forward. Just let your back and your abdominal muscles rest. All right, we're coming up. Shoulder distance apart with your feet, sitting up straight and tall. Let's do some torso circles. This way, forward, this way, back, go the other way now. So we're working with core strength right now and balance. All right, now we'll add some balance challenge even more. Come up on the tiptoes, stay on your tiptoes, switch to the other tiptoes, stay on those tiptoes. other tiptoes. Stay on them. Both feet are down, the other tiptoes. Stay on them. And switch. Both feet are down, the other set of tiptoes. And then back. Now, walk your feet in closer and sit up. We're going up and down on the tiptoes. Now we'll push down with our hands and resist. Resist. So this is working a little bit more on our core stability and strength. Now if this is not comfortable for your wrists, you can also push with your fists this way, with your knuckles facing toward me, or you can push with your forearms, but make sure your back stays straight, otherwise you're here. You feel fatigue in your shoulders also? You might. We have 3 more. All right, and then we stop. Now we walk the feet out wide. Let's work more on our flexibility now, turning to a lunge position here. This knee is underneath the hip. This knee is over the ankle. Now we slide or wiggle the back foot back so the back leg is straighter, and then we twist. So we inhale, take the arm here, exhale, twist. Again. You're still holding on to the chair unless you don't need to, and then you can put your hand on your leg. Now let's open. Take your hand here on your hip or slide it a little bit further down onto your leg. Holding on to the chair with your other hand, or the other hand goes up. Stay here. Let this hip closest to me drop down a little bit. Do you need more bend in your elbow? That's okay. And then let's release. Take your time switching sides. All right, then we wiggle or we slide the back foot back. Now take your arm that's closest to me, open it up and inhale. Exhale and twist. Again. So you can rest your hand on your leg if you don't need to hold on to the chair. And then we open up here. And then we take the hand to the hip or a little further down the leg. Drop your hip that's closest to me down. And then if you're not holding on, you can take this furthest from me arm up. So being stable is important. Training balance is important. Being flexible is really important for comfort, for mobility, for functionality, like putting on a jacket or reaching up high for something, scratching your back, putting sunscreen on different body parts that are hard to reach. All right, let's release that. So being flexible is also functional. Coming back to our original setup with our legs in line with our hip joints. Let's cross right ankle over left ankle or right ankle over left knee. Let your knee drop open, lift up through the crown of your head. Flex your foot if you're up here with me. And then if you can tip forward without rounding, that's what you'll do to increase the stretch. If you don't need to increase the stretch, then you just stay upright. And switching sides, ankles or ankle over knee. Leaning forward is an option. Such a great stretch for the hip, the left hip in this case. All right, and then we're bringing both feet down. Now reaching behind us and sliding forward. Slide your feet forward, slide your hips forward. Stay on the chair though. Slide your hands up the back of the chair, turn your fingers inward, and then squeeze your shoulder blades in toward your spine, making your upper back more narrow. And then we lean forward, creating some traction through the arms, just a little bit of traction. Feel the stretch across your chest, across the fronts of the shoulders too. All right, and then release that. Now straighten one of your legs out. Make sure you're still stable on the chair, and then tip forward from your hip. Flex your foot as much as you can. Feel that stretch down the back of your straight leg. And then we'll come up and we'll switch. Tip forward. Try to keep your shoulders from rising up toward your ears. Hinging up. Now let's turn sideways. So knees are facing sideways, and then we take our hands onto the back of the chair and we twist and hold. And then let's sidestep our way around to the other direction. Use the back of the chair for greater leverage to help you twist. All right, and then we're coming back to center. So sidestep your way back to center. Now you're not at the edge of the chair, you're not at the front edge, you're about halfway back. And then we'll take our fists on the sides of our hips and we'll draw the elbows back, opening the chest. Now we'll take the backs of our hands onto our low back. See how that feels for you. Draw the elbows back and open your chest and shoulders. That feels so good. Now let's bring our palms together and see if we can drop the thumbs down toward the back of our neck with the elbows in narrow. How does that feel? You should feel a stretch down the backs of your arms. All right, and then release. Let's roll the shoulders up and back and down. And one more time. So, how did that feel? Increasing our range of motion, also known as our flexibility, as well as our ability to control our body in space, also known as balance, improving both of those is important. Balance, flexibility, those are both very important components. Strength, stability, those are also important, but balance and flexibility probably tops both of those. And that's what we did today, a little bit of all of those things. So thanks for joining me, and until next time, be well.